स्लाइड्स चलाते हैं अपने। Participants. kosong. Oke, use lang dyan. JK sir, good morning. Can we start now?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Yeah. I just saw that on YouTube also there are around 50 people,
Okay.
100 here.
Okay.
In the meantime, if we can increase the number of participants, can we wait for a while?
JK sir, good morning. Sir, the Zoom link, there is certain issue with Zoom today morning, and our account is not renewed. So let's see how it works out. Though now it is increasing to 103, that means they have resolved the issue.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes. So I request if we can wait for 2 extra minutes so that those who are waiting can join.
Okay, fine. Okay.
10:05 we dot.
I'm sorry, sir. Happy Teachers Day.
Yes, sir. Same to you, sir.
I forgot to wish you, and happy Teachers Day to all the teachers who are attending this webinar.
Yes, all the attendees, this is a request from our side that we have extended 5 minutes to begin with. Just 10:05 dot we shall start the session. There was a little technical glitch from our side. So now it is resolved, and we are expecting quite a good number of participants so that all the students and parents can get benefited out of it. So please give us 3 extra minutes. Thank you so much.
JK sir, we can start. I think we can start now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's dot 10:05.
Okay.
Yes, everybody. Good morning to all. A very happy Teachers' Day. I just came across one thought that the Battle of Waterloo was won in the playfields of the Eton College, College of Eton. And how it all happened because they were well guided, well instructed, and they knew which path they had to lead, which path they should go on and go forward. So I'm JK Agarwal, Principal Aryan Public School. Welcome you all. And I'm really very, very happy to address you all on this day when I on this auspicious day of Teachers Day, of course. Today, we have amongst us again a very learned personality, the director of Aryan College, Mr. Amarpal Singh Shekhawat, who has contributed to serve the society a lot by guiding the youth and, of course, the teachers as well, the educators of this present day world in the past as well. Today, as my thought, as I started with the Battle of Waterloo was won in the playfields of Eton College, it's a big metaphor which is going to get complete definition today through the words, through the address of Shri Amarpal Singh Shekhawat. So without any delay, I hand over the session to Sir. Sir, please.
Okay. Good morning, kids. I am really excited to speak to all of you because deciding what next, deciding which subject to take after class 10th, which career to pursue. This is the most important question. This is the most important decision of your life, right? Most of the time I feel like, most of the kids, they have boarded in a bus and then they don't know which is the destination. So in a school education, okay, we have taken admission, we have come up to class 10th, and now after 10th, we want to decide which course, which stream, and what I would like to become down the years after 4 years or 6 years. So to make such a crucial decision, I think you should have some basics right with you, okay? And if those basics are clear, then you can really make the appropriate decision, okay? So let me begin with the first slide, and you can see this picture. So first of all, I would like to say you are very, very fortunate that you are going to a school, you are getting education. In India, there are 28 crores out of 140 crores, 28 crores. That makes around 20% of the population that is illiterate. Can you believe it? They can't read, they can't write. You are really a fortunate one that your parents can afford your education. So let's make the best use of it, right? And let's understand what this education can deliver in your life, right? So you are really lucky. Now, before we get into it, let's see the present scenario, okay? So I'll start with the last point first, degree, institution, and you. And in the right side, you can also see a news item which was published in Times of India that 1 lakh plus candidates applied for the job of sweeper. And so many of them were BTechs, MBA, PhDs, you name it. And they were there just to snatch a job of a sweeper. Now, somebody who is an engineer or an MBA or a graduate, why he is looking for a sweeper's job? That we need to understand why people don't get the job. McKinsey, that is a world famous consultancy company, analyzed and they found out that 85% of Indian graduates are not employable. You can't employ them. They don't have employability skills, and that is why they are unemployed. Otherwise, there are jobs in the market, there are opportunities in the market, but since they don't have the right set of skills, so they cannot be employed, right? So let's understand the first concept, degree, institution, and you. If you talk about 1970, degrees were very important. If you're a graduate, you'll get a government job. If you're a graduate, you'll get a decent, job. But then around 2000, a lot of graduates passed out from our various institutions. So then, employers started asking, you are from which institution? So degree was not important. Around 2000, 1990 onwards, it was institution which became more important. Now, if I talk about the present era, 2020, the most important question is you. It's neither degree nor institution. Are you really a good candidate or not? That matters the most. That means the responsibility of building your future lies upon you. Nobody else can contribute for your career except you, right? Like I tell you, why I'm telling you this fact, that you are the only one who is responsible for your future. Like I deal with the college, with college students, and companies come to Jaipur, they organize the campus interviews and they inform all the colleges that the students from all the colleges can come down to Jaipur and they can face the campus interview, right? They don't ask from which college you have come. They interview. If you are good, you are in. If you are not good enough, you are out. So they are not bothered about the institution. And I have seen many companies, they have started taking interns. They have started taking people just after class 12th because they want to groom them as per their requirements. Okay. So please understand, you have to build yourself. Degrees are not all that important. You just Google on internet, how many IITians couldn't get the job in last 2-3 years. So even some IITians are not getting, good placements. So the era has totally shifted to the skill, to the competence, to the knowledge. Are you good enough or not? Or you just got a degree, right? So you got to be good. You have to take your class 10th very, very seriously. Now, you might ask, sir, we are going to choose a subject in 11, so 10 doesn't make any, point. But believe me, most of the organizations ask for your 10th class percentage, 12th class percentage, and graduation. Journey begins from class 10th. So this is the most important year, the first foundation year of your life. If you apply to a foreign university, for sure they are going to ask you your 10th class mark sheet. Now the question comes up, why they ask for 10th class marks or 12th class marks or first year, second year, third year? These guys want to see the consistency of your performance. Are you consistently performing well or not? If in last 5 years, 6 years, you are really doing great, that means in future also you will do great because consistency, hard work is in your nature. It's in your DNA, right? So most of the multinational companies, they say the candidate must be first division, 10th, 12th, and graduation. Now, if you don't have first division in class 10, you cannot apply in most of the multinational companies because they think 60% means pass. Below 60%, they think this candidate is good for nothing. He doesn't know even the 60% of his course. So if he hasn't learned even 60% of his program, then how he's going to perform in years to come? Got my point? So class 10th is very, very important. Take it seriously. Maths, your other subjects, make sure you come out with flying colors. Okay. Now, the second question is why I'm saying degree is not important. Rajasthan has 35 universities. 20 years back, Rajasthan had 5 universities. And most of the universities are private universities. Only some are good. Rest, you can take a degree at a price. You ask for the degree and you can take it. And that is why I have written, Chalo degree khareed kar late. Because I know many of them and how they are selling degrees. Even if you write Sholay ke dialogues in their examination copy, you will be upgraded to class second year because they have to charge the fee for second year and likewise third year. So that is why I always say that don't go to such C-graded institutions. It's easy to get admission now. You name the course, except medicine, anything and everything is available in India. Good institutions need good students, but rest of the students can pay the price and get it. But it doesn't make a sense because industry knows, people know that which institutions are good and which are not all that great, or how a person has got a fake degree, right? Now, please understand one more concept, that is exploited or rewarded. Our country has a population of 140 crores. The world population is 600 crores, 6 billion, right? That means, you understand what does that mean? That every 4th or 5th person is an Indian. That means what? you are going to have the maximum competition in this country because every fourth or fifth person is an Indian. When the competition is high, two things happen. Either you'll be rewarded most or you could be exploited most. And that is why you come across the news items that an engineer is not paid even 5,000 rupees a month. And on the other side of the spectrum, there is an engineer who is paid 1 crore 40 lakh rupees a year. So I always say, इस देश में सबसे ज्यादा पुरस्कृत किया जाएगा और सबसे ज्यादा शोषण किया जाएगा. You could be exploited most or you could be rewarded most in this country. Depending upon, again, you are the most important thing in your life, right? Now, you must have seen the very funny movie, and I love this movie, Three Idiots, Rancho and Chatur. Chatur crammed everything for his exams and delivered and, got the job and everything. But Rancho always focused on learning the things. This is a great lesson. Please don't try to complete the course. Please try to learn the course. That's very, very important. That's vital, actually. It's as vital as oxygen. I'm again underlining my words. Please don't complete the course, learn the course. No, you might say, sir, you are trying to be idealistic. No, I am not. If, say, for example, if you have learned your maths well in class 10th, believe me, in India's all competitive exams, the third paper is reasoning and maths. And that is of class 10th reasoning and maths, most of the competitive exams. So if you have built your maths concepts in class 9th and 10th, it is going to pay you in years to come, right? Later on, I'll discuss how each subject is important, why even drawing is important, why even Sanskrit is important, because I have seen people performing with every subject in their lives, right? So if you really don't study, you will be exploited in this country. If you don't work hard on your career, if you don't build a skill, you'll be exploited. But if you really do well, you work hard on yourself, you are going to have a life which you never imagined. Okay. I'm sorry, I won't be able to take your questions right now because I have so much to deliver. So I just want to rush up because today I'm trying to build your basics. Because career counseling, even if I teach 1 month, I'll be short of time. So I want to take up, as much as I can. I want to grab, I want to eat as much as I can today, right? So let's understand some more basics with these pictures. And I know instantly you can identify all of them. It's Virat Kohli, Vinod Kambli, Sachin Tendulkar, and Rahul Dravid. Now let's analyze one by one, just to understand, Bacho, that you all are different. You are unique. Please don't compare yourself with anybody, with your brother, with your sister, with your friend, with any great personality. You are not comparable because everybody's DNA is different in terms of, personality. Everybody is different. Let's just start with these two chaps first. Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kambli, same school, same coach, started playing at the age of 15. Both played for the first match. Both cracked double centuries. Vinod Kambli, after a short span, he was out of the scene. And Sachin Tendulkar kept on performing. And now, that means what? They both were skilled. They both were good. They both got the chance in Indian international team. But then what went wrong? What I'm trying to say is, it's not just the skill that is important. There's something more beyond that skill, which is important for our lives. Vinod Kambli was very impulsive. He couldn't control his emotions. If a ball is coming to him, he will not be composed. Okay, I should leave some balls and I should hit some balls. He tried to hit every ball. Every time he tried to hit the ball outside the stadium. And that's not possible because the bowler is equally making the hard efforts to make you out from the crease. So those impulsive working, when you are not focused, when you are not composed, अपने आप को शांत रखना, whatever the amount of pressure you have. So he couldn't handle that pressure and he was out from the international Indian team. Now let's come to Sachin again. He's a great player. Then the captaincy was given to him, but he was not able to handle it properly. You could be great at personal level, but to reach at the top, you need more qualities than just the skill. You need better emotional intelligence. You need better intellect, and you should have team building skills. You need much more than that, right? And Sachin was not having that. So Sachin as an individual player is a great success story, but Sachin as a team captain, I don't think he was great. Let's come to Rahul Dravid. He's considered as the wall. Once he comes on the crease, he's going to stay there. Everybody had that confidence, and he never went. He was never out on duck, and he got the maximum catches also. Now, then later on, looking at the performance, he was upgraded as a captain. He himself was too good, but he was not a successful captain. So building a team, managing a team, working under pressure, he was not able to handle. So he kept on playing his game, and captaincy was transferred to somebody else. At last, Virat Kohli came on the scenario. Now you need to know this guy. I love this man. His father expired midnight. Next day morning, he had a match. Now, can you feel it? If somebody's father expires mid of the night, next day morning, you have a very important match. On that basis, you might be selected further. What decision we can make? This guy spoke to his mom and to relatives. He said, I am going to play this match tomorrow morning. I'll come back and then I'll perform all the rituals and rites. Can you see the mental toughness of the boy? Such a young boy, his father had just expired. He's going to play his first important game of his life. Now, how to control emotions on the ground? You got the biggest loss of your life, and you have the biggest opportunity of your life. And can you manage that pressure? And that is why Virat can manage any pressure on the ground today. And that is why he's so successful. So he's a good personal player. He can manage his emotions. He can manage the team. So his social skills are great. And he works really hard. And that is how people reach on the top. It's not just the degree. It's not just the skill. Beyond that, you need to have emotional maturity. You have to upgrade yourself again and again. And we should be able to socially connect with other people. Then we can lead a team. So if you want to become a super successful, if you really want your career must zoom, then I'll talk certain more issues which you must take care, right? Okay, now let's understand some more basics, because so many students don't understand these basics, and that's why they make wrong decisions. So what are the qualifications? You are in class 9th and 10th that we call as secondary. 11th, 12th is called senior secondary. Then graduation, normally for academic courses, it is for 3 years. For BTech and professional courses, it is for 4 years. For MBBS, it is 5.5 years, right? So graduation varies as per the course. So we call it a grad program. Then after graduation, if you want to specialize, so there is a post-graduation program like AMCOM and AMTech and MS and MD, MA. These all are post-graduation programs. They are normally of 2 years of duration. So you specialize in that field, right? Then you must have seen there are some people who are not doctors, but before their name, they put DR, that is doctorate. That means you have done some research and you achieve doctorate. That is after post-graduation. 3 to 4 years you spend in some research and you work on it, and then you submit to the university and you are now master of that subject. So they offer you doctorate, and you can put DR. We call it a PhD degree, right? So highly qualified people, when you see DR in front of their name, that means they have done PhD. Okay. Then is certificate program. Certificate program could be of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Normally 1 year program are called as diploma program or certificate program. A diploma program could also be of 2 years, right? So these are short-term skill-based programs. And then you have PG diploma, means after graduation, if you pursue a diploma program of 1 year or 2 year, we call it PG diploma program. Like most of the IIMs, which is India's premium institution in the field of management, they offer PGDPM, postgraduate diploma in business management. So you have secondary, senior secondary, graduation, post-graduation. That is, post-graduation is specialization, doctorate is research-based, further qualification after post-graduation. You can do short-term programs, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, certificate program. You have diploma, 1 year or 2 years of duration. That could be after class 10th or 12th or graduation. After graduation, if there's a diploma program, we call it a PG diploma program. Okay. Now, when you choose any institution, please make sure that institution is recognized. First and foremost thing is it recognized or not? Sometimes you pay heavy fees and then you come to know, oh my God, I have completed 2 years of my education and this institution is not recognized. Is it a regular program? Is it a distance education program? What kind of course this is? So first and foremost thing you have to check is recognition, like All India Council for Technical Education. This body of Government of India gives recognition to all the engineering colleges, MCA programs, MBA programs, architecture, hotel management. They give recognition for various programs. So check whether some BTech college is recognized by AICTE or not. MBA is recognized by AICTE or not. That is the essential thing. If they are not, they are fake. You go to UGC website, ugc.ac.in, and you can always check which are the fake universities of India, and you'll get a list of fake universities which you must not join at any cost. They will try to promise you a moon, that will buy a moon for you, but don't come to their scheme. Just check whether it is recognized or not. Like the UGC, all universities and affiliated colleges must be recognized by University Grant Commission. All medical colleges are recognized by Medical Council of India. Likewise, Nursing Council of India, Bar Council of India for lawyers, then Pharmaceutical Council of India. So Pharmacy Council of India gives, pharmacy diploma and B Pharma and M Pharma kind of courses. If you are pursuing a distance education program from Indira Gandhi National Open Universities, Government of India's university, except that all distance education offering institutions must be recognized by DEC, Distance Education Council, right? Then NCTE, all teacher education programs like B.Ed, AMED, they must be recognized by NCT, National Council for Teachers Education, and likewise Council of Architecture for architecture program, likewise Rehabilitation Council of India. There are many bodies for each course, for each specialization. Please make sure that you go to the right institution. That's very, very important. Okay. Now, please understand what kind of degrees we offer, right? In India, we can divide in 3 parts: professional, academic, and vocational. Let's go first for academic because you are more aware about the academic degrees. BA, BCom, BSc, they are academic degrees. Okay. So typically when you go to a college, most of the colleges offer these degrees. We call them academic degrees. Then you have professional degrees. What does professional mean? Professional means they are 2 things. One is qualification and one is skill. In academic degree, you have just qualification. You don't get a skill. In professional degree, you get both. If you become a doctor, you must have MBBS. At the same time, you must know how to prescribe medicines, how to do surgery, so you need a skill. BTech is a professional course. Law is a professional course. Hotel management is a professional course. Computers is a professional program. fashion designing is a professional course because you not only have the degree, but you also possess the skill. Both things are equally important, right? Then the vocational. Earlier definition of vocational was different. Something in which you don't need a degree. You just practice it and you get it. But nowadays, you also get certified by government. So they have so many vocational institutions, vocational degree programs. But earlier, you just practice with your parents, with your family, and you get it. Like a program of beautician, right? You just learn the art and you start practicing it. So nowadays, even these courses like beautician and other courses have also become are also certified by different institutions. So basically, most of the students choose professional degrees because they provide more job opportunities in years to come. If I come to sectors, there are three major sectors in our economy: agriculture. Since urbanization is increasing, so most of the villagers are shifting to cities. So agriculture, though we have maximum, in our, if I call GDP or national income, maximum contribution is from agriculture. But slowly it's reducing. It's shifting to manufacturing and servicing. Manufacturing industries where we manufacture goods, cars, mobile phones, furniture, two-wheelers, refrigerators, air conditioners. That's a manufacturing sector. And service sector. 54% of our national income comes from service sector. That means more than half of the income comes from service sector. So in years to come, more and more opportunities will come in service sector. Now, service sector means what? Education, medicine, banking, finance, travel and tourism, telecommunication, they all are service sector organizations. So that is why you see so many guys are going to IT. So many are going to telecommunication. So many of them are going to banking or finance or insurance. So service sector is growing very, very fast, and most of the students are going to get jobs in service sector in years to come, right? Now, first we'll take the courses which students from any stream can join, right? Everyone is invited. That means anybody can take up these careers or these courses, okay? So there is no restriction that I must have the commerce or arts or science. You like one of these professions, one of these courses, then you can choose any subject, commerce, arts, science. There is no restriction, right? Let me start with law. Law, after 12th, there is an exam called CLAT every year that you can face, crack it, and you get into India's top law colleges. That is called National Law University institutions, NLU institutions. Sometimes we think, oh, lawyers are not paid well, but I think you haven't seen the good lawyers, because good lawyers are great in demand. I said, no, you've got to be good. Society is going to pay only the people who are good and specialized. So after 12th, you can pursue this program. If you want to pursue after graduation, that is also possible. Then you have, this is an integrated program where you have LLB with BA, LLB with BCom, LLB with BSc, right? So you become a graduate also and a specialized professional in law also. Now, I know some guys who are practicing in Delhi in some law firms. They are employed by the law firms and their salary is around 2 lakh, 2.5 lakhs, and they are doing pretty well. You got to be good. You must know the things. That is most important thing. Or after graduation, you can pursue law. Then there are certain government opportunities also. You become public prosecutor, government selects for it. Then you can become a judge, you can become magistrate, and government conducts exam for all these. That is called RJS, Rajasthan Judicial Services. So at various levels, you could be appointed by government. Even in Indian Armed Forces, there are vacancies for lawyers. So legal experts are, really paid very well if you are chosen by government organizations or you are a corporate lawyer. Corporate means companies hire you. So every company has a corporate lawyer, right? So if you are a good law graduate, there are a lot of opportunities. In management, normally management courses after graduation, but there are so many institutions, even two IIMs also. IIM normally offer MBA only, but there are two IIMs, Guwahati and I think Rohtak, they offer BBA and MBA integrated. So you can get into IIM just after class 12th if you crack their entrance exam. Otherwise, they are India's top 20 IIMs. And then there are so many other institutions. There are total 3,500 MBA institutions. So if you want to become a manager in some company, you could be an arts graduate, commerce graduate, science graduate. That doesn't make a difference. You crack their entrance exams. And if you are a good candidate, they are going to choose you. You can become a manager. Now, as earlier I was talking to you, that if you choose a profession, then you must have supporting qualities for that profession. Suppose कि आप manager बनना चाहते हैं, right? Great. Everybody wants to become a manager. Okay. But now, see the challenges in manager's life. You are all the time making decisions. So if you keep on postponing things, you are a procrastinator, you love to put off the things, you cannot become a great manager. Number one. You will always have challenges, new problems. Can you take pressure? If you cannot take pressure, you cannot become a manager. You should not become a manager. You can become a manager, but I advise you, you should not become a manager, because then your life is hell if you cannot take a pressure. You think of Virat Kohli. On ground, what is the level of pressure they must be facing in every match? So then third is you should be a great communicator, because the job of a manager is to communicate with team members, with top management all the time. And that is why it is very, very important to participate in all the school activities. Most of the time we shun away, we run away. Oh, ye faltu hi karate rehte hain, yaar, it's just a waste of time. No, man, this is what is going to pay you. Whatever you are studying, you are going to forget after 5 years, 10 years. You will not remember all that thing. In which year, what happened? Who is going to ask you that? You are going to do a job. You are going to manage your business. You are going to be a leader. And there the communication will matter. Do you have guts to talk to people? Can you explain them? Can you remove their problems? Can you show them the hope? And for that, communication is required. If you are not a good communicator, if you can't make decisions, if you cannot handle pressure, please don't go for MBA. You are not designed for MBA. Probably you are a cutout for something else. You are designed for something else, right? We all are designed for something. So I always say, like, everybody is talented. The only thing is in which field, that's what he has to identify. Otherwise, everybody is good. Everybody is extraordinary. The only thing is he is till to date, he's not able to identify which area he belongs to, right? Hotel management, if you want to become a chef, or a front office executive, hotel manager, or F&B, food and beverage manager, hotel accountant, resort manager, facility manager, there are so many job profiles. Again, the exam is after class 12th. There is a program of 3 years. There is BSc in hotel management, BA in hotel management, and then there are Government of India's institutions. They run hotel management diploma. They run hotel management degree programs, and you have to face that exam after class 12. Just Google and you'll get everything when this exam is conducted, and what they're going to ask in questions, which are India's top hotel management institutions. Everything is given on Google, right? Then the third one is information technology. Now, this is a very, very diverse subject. Computers, science के बात भी आप कर सकते हैं. There are so many institutions. They are asking only for science with computers, and there are other colleges. They permit you computers with arts, computers with commerce, computers with any stream. So in 11th, 12th, whether you have taken commerce or arts, still you can pursue IT. If you have taken science, then you can go for BTech in computer science or BTech in information technology. So BTech is basically an engineering program. Some people also call it BE, Bachelor of Engineering, right? So there are many, like around 4,000 engineering colleges in India. Again, getting admission is not at all difficult, but getting to the top-notch engineering colleges is you really need to work hard for that, right? Like IIT, we call it Indian Institute of Technology, which is India's #1. In fact, they have the world rankings also. Great institution, but that's not the end of the story. There are many other great institutions in our country, like Satya Nadella, who's the head of Microsoft. He's not from IIT, he's from Manipal. So if you just Google the good engineering colleges in India, they are many, right? So computers is the future. After COVID, everything is on computers. So even if you don't like computers, my word of advice is, please learn basic computers. You should be thorough with MS Office, internet, HTML. I mean, you should be very computer savvy, because everything is going to be on computers. Whether it is you need to make a payment, you need to register for some government facility, you want to avail visa or passport, everything is on internet. You cannot survive without computers basic knowledge. So in 10th, 11th, 12th, I've seen in school, they don't take computers seriously. Why? It's such an important subject. It is going to help you till you die. This is the only subject which will help you till you die. Please take it seriously. Then it comes to mass communication. India has around 250 TV channels. And in next 3 to 4 years, we are going to have around 500 TV channels. So many websites, newspapers, magazines. So mass communication, again, you have a UG program, you have a PG program, a post-graduation bhi kar sakte hain mass communication mein. There is very one popular institution, Institute of Mass Communication. So aap reports likhna, you come to know how to handle a camera, how to write the script, and how to pass on the information to the audience, how to make it presentable. Even digital media is also involved, social media is also involved. So in mass communication, you communicate to masses through technology, through content, through reporting. In some universities have journalism also, Bachelor of Journalism. Like if you want to become a journalist for some newspaper, for some TV, company or TV channel. But mass communication is an umbrella term. You learn more in mass communication than journalism. So I normally advise to students go for mass communication. Now, nowadays, like Aaj Tak, NDTV, they have started their 1-year program. And Bennett University, they have very good programs in mass communication and TV journalism. So after graduation, you can apply to NDTV or Aaj Tak, and you complete their 1-year program with them. And after that, they might offer you a job opportunity also. So TV channels are also offering private diploma programs to students nowadays. Now designing, oh my God. Earlier, people used to think, oh, designing is not a career. But you know what I think? As Steve Jobs said, design is life. And his all products are beautifully designed. And that is why those products lead the competition, right? Designing is the future. Now, if I talk about India's best institution, that is NID, Paladi Ahmedabad, National Institute of Designing, right? Then you have Fashion Designing Institutes, NIFT, National Institute of Fashion Technology. And likewise, even in IITs nowadays, there's a program called Bachelor in Designing. So you name it and you have a designing program for furniture, for social media, for products, for textile, for automobile. You name it and you have accessory designing. For everything, they are designing programs. Now, how does it relate to your education? Okay. If you are really good at drawing in your school and you have taken drawing seriously, believe me, you are going to have a great career. Students might think, oh my God, he's just good at drawing here. He's wasting his time. No, he's not. He can become an extraordinary designer. If you have understanding of colors, why companies use blue color, why McDonald's use yellow and orange, how orange and yellow ignites your food habits. Why blue? Why most of the jewelry and luxury companies use black? Do you have that understanding of colors? Do you know which are the good pictures and which are not? How to arrange the things in a scheme? So design, if you can become a great designer in that sense, right? Teaching again, if you want to become a teacher, there is an opportunity called STC after class 12, but most of the people go after graduation, that is called B.Ed, Bachelor of Education. Nowadays, integrated programs are also available. That means just after 12th, you can go for teaching profession. That is BSc B.Ed, BA B.Ed, BCom B.Ed, integrated courses are there. If you want to further specialize, go for MEd, Master of Education. If you have arts, you can go for B.Ed. If you have commerce, you have science, you can go for B.Ed. B.Ed is available in all streams. Nowadays, there are special educators also. They are in great demand, right? So there is B.Ed in special education also, where you deal with the special kids, right? Armed forces. Yes, if you're looking for a great, lifestyle, quality of life, go for armed forces. I love the life of, armed army personnel or Air Force personnel. They have really very organized and good quality of life. So just after class 12th, you have ND exam, National Defense Academy exam. If you crack that, depending on your performance and your interview, and there is one test called pilot battery test. They select students in Air Force, Navy, and Army, right? And in Army also there are further branches. So for 3 years at Pune Khadagwasla, you get trained with NDA, National Defense Academy, and there's a combined program. You come to know about armed forces. At the same time, you do your BA or BCom or BSc. And that BA, BCom, BSc is recognized by Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. So you get a degree of JNU Delhi. At the same time, you are NDA pass out. You get an officer in Indian Armed Forces. Likewise, if you go for paramilitary like CRPF or Border Security Force, any student from any stream has to crack the exam of assistant commandant, and then you become further upgraded to various positions, and that's how you become officers in armed forces, right? So most of the students love this field, but again, you got to be good in your entrance exam. Then banking, you can go for clerical exam after your graduation. You can go for probationary officers exam. So that is conducted by IBPS. That is a body for banking, personnel selection, Indian Banking Personnel Selection Body, Institute of Banking Personnel Selection. So you have to face the exam. If you crack, you can get into a bank as a clerk, as a probationary officer, as a special officer. Special officer means you have IT background, you have law background. So they also hire special officers, right? If you love to travel, you don't want to sit at one place, there are courses. The best institution is in Gwalior, bachelor in travel and tourism, post-graduation in travel and tourism. But then I'll advise, if you want to go for travel and tourism, also do some course in various languages. Could be French, could be Spanish, different languages you must go for. Fine arts, if you think you are good at sculpture, drawing, painting, music, drama, theater, then Bachelor of Fine Arts, Master of Fine Arts, you can pursue these programs. You can go for movies, you can go for TV channels, you can go for web series, you can become teachers in different institutions. Likewise, there are various courses for languages. There is one very famous institution. There are many, but the most famous is in Hyderabad. That is for English and foreign languages, Institute of English and Foreign Languages. And they again offer like Spanish and Japanese and French, BA and MA programs, and English, obviously, right? Now, the next one is all competitive exams. Most of the exams in India are conducted by various bodies like UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, Staff Selection Commission, or RPSC for Rajasthan Public Service Commission. There, most of the students with various backgrounds can apply. And like if I talk about IAS, Indian Administrative Services, you become collector, right? You become, the second part is IPS, Indian Police Services, Indian Foreign Services. So if you want to become an ambassador in foreign country on behalf of India, you have to crack exam conducted by UPSC, right? Likewise, on a state level, the exam is being conducted by RPSC. So in most of the competitive exams, all students from all streams can apply, okay? Whether it is for sub-inspector, some of the even railways exams, some are technical, positions, but some are your general positions also in railways. Likewise, if you are really fond of sports, there's a program called BPEd, Bachelor in Physical Education, or Masters in Physical Education. Okay, you can join sub-institutions as sports teachers. You can become trainers, mentors in a school. You can go for, district, state, national level. Then you are selected for the camp, national preparation camps. Then you go for Commonwealth or Asiad or for Olympics. You can also join SAI. Okay, that is Sports Authority of India. Runs various, camps. Like in Ajmer, we have table tennis SAI Academy. So likewise, there are academies across the country. If you want to specialize in particular game, you can join that, right? Now, there are some modern careers also, which I will not discuss because I don't think they provide sustainable income right now. Could be in future. People might make a lot of money from them. Like for one example, I've written Insta influencers. Nowadays, a lot of people show their talent on Instagram, and they want to become Insta influencers. They do some, digital marketing, sponsorship. They make money out of it. So if you are really talented, you can try that. Okay. Now I'll talk certain basic issues. Initially we start playing Pokemon, and then we play PUBG, and then Call of Duty, and we find a lot of fun, right? But you have to be serious right from class 9th onwards if you are really looking for some career. That is why I always say start early. I know some institutions, they have started preparing kids right from class 6th. In China, they have started preparing kids right from class 1. Because when the population is huge, the competition is more. So the time for preparation increases because the competition is more. So you have to start early. Control your media diet. Don't get too much into technology. I'm playing games, I'm watching videos. Are you really learning something out of it or not? Important. Second issue is, sometimes we say, improve your weaknesses. I always say, don't improve your all weaknesses. Improve only those weaknesses which will help you in your life. I don't want you to become God. Neither you are God nor me. We cannot become God. Let's identify only those weaknesses upon which we are supposed to work and which will make a difference in our lives. That's it. Identify the critical weaknesses which will stop me. The third is technology is a must. I have already explained you earlier. And the next one is improve your language. Because you have to write emails, you have to address meetings. Okay. You will, the next 10 years are years of communicators. Like you see your president, your prime minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, he's an extraordinary communicator. So only those people will come into leadership positions who can really communicate very effectively. Work on your language, learn technology, improve the weaknesses which will create problems in future for you, and start early. Start thinking what I want to pursue in years to come. And if you are not aware, ask people. Jot down the choices, then inquire, and then zero down on some basic ones. Now I'm showing you this picture just to understand that you are really fortunate that you had phones, you had, laptops to study. This family had a cow. That's it. That was the only asset they had. They had to sell their cow to buy a mobile phone for their child so that he can study online, right? There are some people who are so serious about their kids' education. So you got to be serious, okay? Now let's talk about commerce. Commerce again has a lot of opportunities. Very popular one is chartered accountancy. Chartered accountants check the accounts, audit the accounts of companies and trust and societies and individuals. They file the income tax return, they file the GST returns, they prepare the proposals for loans. So it's a statutory requirement that they must report about the different organizations. This is after class 12. In Ajmer, in most of the cities, you have Institute of Chartered Accountant. You can approach them, you can fill up the form. The first stage is called CPT, then IPCC, and then CA final, right? So, and chartered accountants nowadays, they are also permitted to teach in colleges. They are equivalent to college lecturers. So they can also teach in colleges. Otherwise, they are considered as master of accounts and audit, right? Likewise, the legal formalities are looked after by company secretary. This is the second professional program in commerce. And again, you can pursue after class 12th. Jitna bhi legal formalities hai, they know everything about law. Then the third is called cost and works accountant. In every big manufacturing company, you have to work out the cost. Like for example, cement bag. What is the labor cost? What is the indirect expenses cost? What is the raw material cost? And finally, what will be the final product price? So as per Government of India's instruction, every company is supposed to hire a cost and works accountant. They can work in some company and they can also work independently as a professional. They can also pursue MBA, which we discussed earlier, because they already know the commerce, so they do really well in MBA. Become accountants after pursuing BCom or BBA. They can become tax consultant. Public at large, they need to file their income tax returns. So they can become tax consultants. They can get into education, B.Ed, or if they want to become a college lecturer, then they have to pursue MCom or MBA. After that, they have to go for NET. There's an exam called National Eligibility Test. They have to pass that and then they can become college lecturers, right? You can help your parents' business if you have commerce, or you can start something of your own because you have studied commerce. Now you know the basics of business. So many, our country is a country of unicorns, like number of startups are coming up in our country. Bill Gates wrote his first program at the age of 12. Do you know that? At the age of 12, he wrote his first program. Warren Buffett, the richest man, bought his first stock. He buys and sells shares. He bought his first stock at the age of 13. So the people who have achieved heights, they have really started early. So if you have a business idea, there are people called venture capitalists. They can invest in your business and you can run a business, right? Banking jobs, we have already discussed. Likewise, there's for commerce student, there is a government exam called junior accountant. In armed forces also, they keep accountants, and they can also apply for all the administrative services, which we discussed, IAS and RAS and RPS and all these kind of services they can apply for. They can also get into foreign trade. They can buy and sell shares. We call it equity. They can write for newspapers and TV channels specifically about commerce. That is called financial journalism. They report news items related to commerce. And then we have KPOs, knowledge process outsourcing. Most of the Western countries, they outsource their work or they give their work on contract to Indian companies or some foreign companies like Deloitte. They have 5,000 employees in India. Deutsche Bank, that's not an Indian bank, but they have so many employees in India and their foreign work is processed in India, right? So they are called KPOs or BPOs. So many commerce graduates are working in KPOs also, okay? The simple definition of career counseling is commerce increases arts imagines, and science invents. Okay. Now, please understand every subject is important. Like you are good at Hindi, you can get into Hindi journalism. You can become a Hindi teacher. There are many opportunities for Hindi. I know a lady, she's working, like she was working earlier with me, and now she's working for GTV, and she is a Hindi correspondent. Her salary is 2 lakh rupees plus, right? If you are good at numbers, you can get into, engineering. If you are good at music, art, you can get into Bachelor of Fine Arts. If you are good at debate, you can become an extraordinary manager. You can become a good lawyer if you are a good debater. If you are good at sports, you can go for national and international games. You can become a sports teacher. Like government gives 2% jobs in all vacancies to sports, sportsmen. So nowadays, even sportsmen get good money and government jobs. If you have played a national game or international game, straight away you are going to get a government job without facing any competition. So if you are a quick decision maker, you are independent, you can become a great, businessman. If you can take pressure, again, you can become a manager, you can become a lawyer, or whatever you do in life, you are going to perform well. If you love going out, you can go for travel and tourism. That could be very rewarding for you. If you have courage, you are confrontational, lawyer could be one profession for you. Earlier we discussed class 10th is important. Read newspapers because that's how you expand your horizon. Okay? You come to know different things. Please read newspaper. Even if you can spare 5 minutes, please do so, right? Now the last one is a specialization. I've seen, you keep on watching different videos and you keep on watching different things on internet. You specialize. Just find about one particular field which you really love. And you start reading, watching, learning only about that field so that you become specialized. Generalized people don't have a great future. So whatever you do, you choose one subject and then start getting exposure in that area. That will build you, right? If I talk about humanities, I've already told you BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Master of Fine Arts, that is a post-graduation program. Likewise, in music, language, or dance, you can have BA, MA. Business process outsourcing, or there are companies called, information technology enabled services. Even in Jaipur, there are 5 or 10 companies. They are in Noida, Gurgaon, across the country, they are there. So humanities guys can join these companies. Education, I told you, B.Ed or M.Ed or lectureship, you can get into education. You can take all competitive exams. You can learn foreign languages. Then Bachelor in Social Work and Masters in Social Work. If you want to run NGO, you want to work for NGO and bodies which are charitable, which are non-profitable, they hire such, bachelors in social work, like Ajim Premji Foundation, who runs Wipro, and Reliance Foundation. There are many NGOs in India. They hire these, social work professionals. And then beautician, wellness trainer. You can become economist if you have chosen economics as a subject in your graduation. Economics as a specialization is available in BA, Bachelor of Arts also, and Bachelor of Science also. There are some universities, they are offering BSc in economics. So there is one exam called Indian Economic Services, and they are top class services. Otherwise, you can work for some economic organization, financial newspapers, as teachers. There are many opportunities for students with economics background. Likewise, statistics. Government of India, there is one exam called Statistical Services. So they take one, statistics officer for government work. And likewise, financial institutions, banks, they also hire statisticians. Mass communication, we already discussed. Designing, we have discussed. Air hostess, they have certain parameters. You should be good at language, you should be tall, you should be good looking. Then they choose you for air hostess or cabin crew. You can directly apply to various, these flying companies on their portals. Animation and web designing. Drama, there is one institute called National School of Drama. If till graduation you have performed at least in 3 drama and you crack their exam also, then you can join NSD. And many film stars are from NSD, National School of Drama, right? Then in film production, there is one institute called National Institute of Film Technology in Pune. So editing and camera work and direction, if you are into such things, you can pursue that program there. Bachelor of Library Science, the person who manages library, and event management. If you want to organize a corporate exhibition or a marriage or some party, event managers, they are the people who are responsible for it, right? So there are various opportunities for humanities guys. Oh, now one more tip, which is very important, I think, and that is why I've written press reset. If certain things are not right with you, but if you want to build a great career, please press reset and correct them. Okay. I'll start from the bottom. Vacations means what? You had a lot of vacations up till class 8th. Now, my word of advice is after class 9th or after class 10th, join something meaningful in those 2 to 3 months. Could be language, could be computers, could be maths, whatever you want to do in future. Start preparing for that in your vacations. Don't roam around, don't go to your relatives, but try to build yourself by staying at home and working on your goal, because everything is available now on YouTube. Second is participate in school activities. That is the most important thing I'll say. Whatever is happening in a school, a drama, a debate, a drawing competition, a chess competition, try everything. It's good to try and fail, because if I try 10 things, I'll come to know 7 things I'm not meant for. I'm designed for remaining 3 things. I can really do well in these 3 things. If you don't try, so many students ask me, sir, I am not sure what I want to do. I'm not sure what I'm good at. That means you haven't tried enough. You have to try more. Try different things and you will come to know your aptitude, in which area you are good at. If there is a sports day and I have done better than rest of the guys in particular event, that means I'm good at it in comparison to other students, right? If you're done well in debate, that means you can really go for some leadership course or leadership program. You are going to do great in years to come, right? If you are good at drawing competition, you can become a designer, right? If you are really good at language, then you can go for creative writing or language-based courses in Hyderabad. So if you are really good at computers, you can go for IT. So every subject shows a direction to you. If you are good at political science or history, that shows you are meant for humanities. So you can go to great universities like Ashoka University, Flame University. They are really good institutions for humanities also. Okay. The next is get organized. Get up on time, have a schedule, complete your assignments on time. So you should be more organized. You should be more disciplined in life if you really want to achieve more. You will find all the people who are on the top of their career, they are very, very organized. They consistently do things. That's important, right? I'm just rushing because there's so much content. Now, science, that's the last thing. Like as programmers in computers, the most important stream is programmers. So science graduates become great programmers, okay? If you want to go for architecture, if you want to become an architect or an engineer who is architect, then for architecture you can go. Science students after 12th can also become pilot. There is one institution in India called IGRUA, Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Udyan Academy. You go crack their exam, but it's very expensive in India. It's around 40 to 50 lakhs. Okay, the fee is very, very high. If you go abroad, you'll get a better planes, and even there arts and commerce students can also become pilot. But in India, it is specific to science only, right? So you become a commercial pilot, you become a logistics plane pilot. And if you want to become an Air Force pilot, then you have to crack NDA, right? Then merchant navy, people who move on the ship. So that's also an engineering stream, and you become the captain of the ship. And these ships carry a lot of goods. Most of the import export businesses through these logistic ships. We call them cargo ships. So by joining merchant navy engineering, like there is one institute in Chennai, one in Mumbai, you can join that and you become a part of merchant navy. Then education, we have already discussed BSc, B.Ed, MSc, AMED, you can go for all competitive exams. Then they are BSc courses in agriculture also. Government of Rajasthan, Government of India hires agriculture officers. Banks hire agriculture graduates. Okay. Then in food technology, there are so many companies, they are into, food products like Kurkure or Britannia or ITC. They look for BSc in food technology. Dairy, there are so many dairy, plants in India. So they look for BSc dairy. Likewise, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, they are science students normally. Engineering, medicine, veterinary, that is for animals, doctors of animals, research. And if you want to get some diploma, you don't want to pursue engineering, then the lower program is called Polytechnic or ITI. The lowest AB is ITI. After 10th, you can pursue ITI. Then you can get into Polytechnic, or straight away you can also join Polytechnic and civil, mechanical, electrical, these are the different branches, technical branches. So you become supervisors in manufacturing companies or at some civil work site, at bridge or road site or electrical, with electricity boards, you become supervisors. You also have a choice to join engineering after Polytechnic. You directly get admission in second year of engineering if you have done Polytechnic, right? Likewise, you can become dietitian, you can get into nursing. And let me tell you one example that how you can build your career. There was a lady, she did nursing from India. Then she came to know that in Canada and Australia and Britain, there's a lot of demand for nurses. So she did BSc nursing. There are two lower courses also available. We call them ANM and GNM. But she did 3 years BSc nursing. Then she went to Australia. She joined a 6 months specialized course. She was offered a job. She got the permanent visa. Now her whole family is settled in, Australia, and her salaries and lifestyle is better than most of the doctors in India. So there's no profession is bad. No career is bad. The only thing is you specialize and you move ahead. I know some teachers who are getting 5,000 rupees. And I know some teachers who are getting 5 lakh rupees a month. It depends on your specialization. It depends on your skill, what you have learned, how you deliver it. So please don't think that, this is not great. Like I have to become a doctor. If you don't become, then what? What is your plan B, right? Likewise, lab technicians, when we go for blood samples or urine sample, you find their lab technicians. And in insurance company, there are professionals called actuarials. They calculate the risk. So actuarial science is based on mathematics and statistics, and that is also from science, right? You'll be surprised why I put the photograph of Mirabai. In 2016 in Rio Olympics, her scoreboard on a scoreboard at bottom, her name was there and it was written DNF. DNF means did not finish. She tried thrice and in all the attempts, she failed. She couldn't lift the weight. She failed. And the same Mirabai Chanu in 2021 is the second best in the whole world in weightlifting in her category. So if you fail, that's not something, you should repent about. Oh my God, I haven't made it. I have failed. What people will think, what my friends will think. Please don't think about others. Let them think whatever they want. Can you have a plan B? Plan A didn't work. So for her, plan A didn't work. She again started preparing and plan B worked. You know, the Sai Academy, Sports Authority of India Academy, where she was getting herself trained, was quite far off. So she requested all, you know, those truck owners, can you drop me every day to my Sai Academy? If it is you're on the way. And that's how she was traveling. She was struggling. She's not from a very rich family. She was hardly surviving. Right. So if A doesn't work out, okay, it's okay, fine. People, if we work, will commit mistakes. Okay. If you get some internship offers in your vacations, please grab them. Or go to your father's business, or go to a chartered accountant, go to some office. There are so many nowadays around. And for 2 to 3 months in your vacations, try to work there. You will gain a lot of, you know, intellect. Third most important thing, please interact with people. Be a good communicator. Number 4, if after 12th you choose an institution, make sure that you choose an institution of diversity. Now, what does that mean? That means the students from various cities or various backgrounds should join that institution so that your exposure is very, very wide. If you have, you know, students from the same village or same city, probably you are not going to learn much. But an institution having students from various cities, various backgrounds, there you will learn much more. One is they are from different backgrounds, so their, you know, learnings are different. Number 2, why people from different places have come to that place, probably that institution is good. That is why from, you know, various places people have come. So always choose an institution of diversity. Now, next, if you want to study abroad, what next? You have to go for one exam called TOEFL, Test of English as a Foreign Language. Or in some countries, they ask for International English Language Testing Services. So you can Google TOEFL or IELTS. You can register online. They will give you a date. A lot of content is available. If you score good marks, then you can apply to top universities. Now, US is very expensive, but Europe is very cheap. If you apply to Europe, it's not very expensive. The reason is in Europe, most of the universities are owned by government. So government charges very less fee. Now, the beauty is even after the completion of your course, you can stay back for 2 or 3 years. Now, what happens? These foreign universities, if your score in class 12 is really good, if your TOEFL score is really good, if you have done some community service, some extra activities, there are a lot of achievements during your school time. You are a class topper, you have performed in, you know, co-curricular activities and sports. They give a lot of weightage to these activities and they offer scholarships. Some offer 20%, some offer 50%, some offer 100% scholarship. I know a student who went to MIT. His fee was around 1 crore 20 lakh and he was offered 1 crore 44 lakhs. He was offered 24 lakhs extra. You can buy books, you can go back to your country, you can, whatever you want to do, you will be given extra money. So it depends on your TOEFL score. Now, there are some other exams. This exam is only for English. But if you want to go for a graduate school, you have to go through one more exam set, Scholastic Aptitude Test. If your score is really good, they are going to give you awesome scholarships, sometimes almost free. But you have to prove yourself. If you want to go for some engineering program, then you have to get General Aptitude exam called GATE. If you have passed medicine from India and you want to practice in America, you have to pass United States medical license exam. If you want to do MBA from US, you have to crack GMAT, General Management Aptitude Test, right? So for graduation, it is SET. For engineering, it is GATE. For medicine, it is USMLE. And for MBA, it is GMAT, right? In US colleges, if you want to get the financial aid, then you have to feed your data. That is called CSS profile. There is a website for CSS profile. You fill that. If they find that you are a good candidate, then they offer you financial aid or scholarship. In West or in other countries, the admission process is different. Like for US, there is one app called commonapp.org. You go to this website and you feed your data, and you can apply to hundreds of colleges through this website. You need not to apply to each college in US. You just apply on this, and then you can choose to which all colleges you want to seek admission in. And then from there, you can send all your documents. So it becomes very, very easy, right? Likewise, for UK, there is one website called UCAS. So you go, you feed your data on ucas.com, and then from there, you can choose to which all colleges you want to send your data. So from one website, you can send data to all the colleges, right? So I've seen many students going to Australia, Canada, and now what happens, these universities have also appointed their counselors in India. There are two types of counselors in India. One category of counselors, they charge some money for getting you into the foreign university. And there are some counselors, they don't charge because foreign universities pay them for the admissions. So they help you free of cost, right? So you can always Google consultants for admissions in US, consultant for admissions in Canada, and then you can speak to them telephonically, find out more details. Because as I told you earlier, it needs a lot of time to cover all that content. Now, most of the Indian banks give bank loans. So you can get the bank loans for education in India, studies outside India. But then you require 3 years of income tax returns. If your father is filing income tax returns, then it's very easy to get educational loan, and then you can get into institution of your choice, right? And scholarships, Government of India gives scholarships for SC/ST students, minority students, right? Minority means Sikh, Muslim, Christian, Jains, and Parsis. They get scholarships from Government of India for higher education, right? So some students can get scholarships from Government of India. Outside India, again, if you do well, they offer you a lot of scholarships. Science students, they can go for NTSC or KVPY, Kishore Vaigyanik Protsahan Yojana. So they start getting the scholarships if they crack NTSC or KVPY. Likewise, if you explore, you'll find many other opportunities and other options. I think I've taken a lot of your time, but there are so many things, covering in one webinar is difficult. But anyway, you have taken out your time. Thank you so much. If you have any queries, you can WhatsApp your question and you will get the answer for sure. Okay. So we will answer you through WhatsApp. Thank you so much to all the participating schools, students, and teachers for today's session. JK sir?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
I am done.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was really a wonderful session, and it's always been an honor to be with you and listen to you. It's a treat to ears, and of course, it's very, very informative. You do a lot of research, and out of your experience also, you have come out with so many things, I think, and I'm very much sure that the students must have got a lot of benefit and a lot of takeaways, and they must have decided, many of them right now only, or maybe in coming times they will be for sure using our the slides which you have shared, and this whole material will be available on YouTube link as well. So students, please do visit this, and you will be able to see that yes, there are empty opportunities available there in the entire world. The only need is, as sir has said, that we should have a right frame of mind to an exact decision. We must be strongly agree to something. Just agreeing and just disagreeing doesn't solve the matter. We have to strongly agree or strongly disagree. That's the thing, and it will be done. Thank you so much, sir. Once again, it was indeed a very, very informative, and we all got a lot of benefits out of it. I must thank, since I have been given this opportunity of expressing word of thanks, I must thank all the students, teachers, and of course the school leaders who have joined it. And with your cooperation and support only, we always are able to express our views and share our thoughts, experience, and research that we do all throughout the days of our preparations. Now, in the end, of course, this beautiful presentation, the technicalities involved in it, could not have been accomplished without Devesh sir of our team and Ankit Pawar sir, whom also I give full credit that it was really indeed a great effort from their side. Still, if I have missed anybody, please excuse me. It is the constraint of time which could really uh, go for this only. So in the end, thank you so much, everyone. Please fill the feedback form and we'll get back to you whatever your queries will be. Thank you so much.
Thank
Can
you,
we
sir.
leave, sir, now?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Now I think we may leave, sir.